Hey there, this is unusual, but I actually have a few minutes, so I thought I'd sit down and make a short video. First off, happy Halloween. You can see a little pumpkin over there, and I'm actually in my costume. I don't know if any of you recognize this, but for those of you who do, great. One of the things that I wanted to say was thank you. I just found out that I have over 1,000 subscribers, so that's great. I know a lot of you subscribed because of my educational videos, and don't worry, I will be keeping up with those. But a good number of you probably also subscribed because of my political videos, and that's more of the theme today. In fact, the election's only a few days away, and I wanted to go ahead and let you know about some really cool endeavors that people are doing around the election that you might want to participate in. And the first one I want to tell you about is something called Twitter Vote Report, and it's actually a website, and we can pull it up here. Twitter Vote Report is an attempt to use the social networking utility Twitter to track the way Election Day is going in real time. So if there are problems, people will be able to know about them right away. Now, if you're a Twitter user, this will be very straightforward. If not, I suggest going to the site and finding out some more. But basically, in your Twitter messages, which are sort of like a status that you always update, for those of you who don't use the site, you just go ahead and include the phrase #VoteReport, and they'll automatically pick up any information on your tweets, that are the little messages that Twitter people send, if you have that tag in it. So #VoteReport, and they'll pick up that information. Now you can include a narrative, or you can use very specific tags they have on the page. But what you do is you just go ahead and include #VoteReport, and then whatever information you had on what was going on at your polling place. Now, if you don't have a Twitter account, you can sign up for one. They're free. But you also can go ahead and just use your normal cell phone, or if you have an iPhone, you can download an app from the App Store that can be found either here off the page, or, of course, you can search the App Store for Twitter Vote. Okay, let's go ahead and see what that would look like if you had downloaded the Twitter Vote Report app. Oh, and there's a reflection. That's pretty cool. Okay, so you go ahead and you would start up your iPhone, and after downloading the app, you'll see it there. And then you just go ahead and launch the app. Now it's going to take a minute while it figures out where you're at. And it's figured out that I'm in Brookline, Massachusetts, and then I just go ahead and I fill out my report. There's a spot for you to put in your Twitter ID or your name, your polling place. So for me, that'd be Precinct 9. You can tell it how long you waited. You know, there was no wait, less than 5 minutes, 5 to 15, over 2 hours. You know, you just choose what you want, or whatever it was. And then you can give an overall rating to the polling place. And if there were specific problems, you can just check those off here. You can even leave an audio report if you'd like, so you can record a little something. Or you can actually write a comment, and then you just hit Submit Report. And that's that. Now, what does this look like if you don't have an iPhone? Well, you can use one of your good old standard, just normal cell phones. And what you're going to do is you're just going to send a text message. And what's going to happen is you're going to send that text message to 66937. Okay, and then you're going to start your message with a hash and then vote report, and that's that. Okay, so you just go ahead and you send a normal text message to 66937 #vote report, and then just go ahead and describe whatever it was you saw at your polling place, and that'll give the people at Twitter Vote Report an idea of what's going on. Now, something else that I'm going to be doing on Election Day is I'm going to actually be volunteering with a nonpartisan poll watching group, and they're called Election Protection. Now, there's the nice t-shirt they gave me when I volunteered and did the training, and they're actually associated with Twitter Vote Report. But if you don't want to use Twitter Vote Report, and actually if you want to talk to a person, then what you can do is you can call 1-866-OUR-VOTE. And you can report any problems you're having, and you can also find out information about, say, your polling place. And what's great there is they have a really great staff of people who will be on the phones. There'll be people like me who are going to be mobile volunteers, and we're going to go around to polling places make sure everything's going okay, and just be observers. And that's a great thing that actually lawyers do. I know, lawyers do good things sometimes, and I happen to be a law student, and I'm volunteering for that. Now, something else I'm going to do, which I hope everyone is doing, is I'm going to vote. And so I really want to see you out there. But there's actually stuff I'm going to be doing after the election. This has been a really interesting election in that we've been using technology in all sorts of interesting ways to shrink the distance between us and our politicians. And what we've been doing is we've been seeing how technology can change political campaigns. What we're going to see soon is how it can change government. And I'm actually involved with a group which is trying to make sure that that change is a real one. And so that's another website, and let me show you that. So this website is called bigdialogue.org. And that'll actually resolve to Community Counts, which is a site that, of course, I run. And this is actually a partnership between a whole bunch of people, and we're trying to set a precedent for an open dialogue between us and the next president. So we're asking people to submit questions to ask the president-elect. Now, as you can see on the site, it's a collection of video and text questions. We accept YouTube and MySpace Video and Blip TV. You can watch them here on the site, and then if you want, you can go ahead and vote on them. So let's say we vote this guy down. We'll immediately see that change the numbers down there. And if we change our mind, we actually can go and we can vote it back up. But of course, if we do that again, there's going to be a problem. So you can only vote on each question in one direction once. Now, the idea here is to present these questions to the president-elect, and then afterwards you'll get to vote on his replies and tell us whether or not you think he answered. We have a whole bunch of partners. They're growing every day, and you can also find out more about exactly what we're trying to do on the site. The key for us is really getting numbers, so go ahead and dig us, tell your friends, upload a question, loads of fun. Now there's one more thing I'm going to do. You see, I just got this nifty new toy, and that's what I'm playing with here in my little flip video camcorder. And I'm actually going to take that with me to my polling place. And while I'm there, I'm going to video my vote. YouTube is actually teaming up with PBS, and they're doing this thing where they're asking you to video your vote and then to submit it to YouTube for them to be able to get a good feeling of how the day is unfolding. And you can find out all the information you need to about that at their site, which I'll put down right here. Now, since I've already told you about Big Dialogue, I'm going to ask you to do one other little thing. And it's really simple. If you're going to be videoing your vote, go ahead and also maybe ask some people what questions they have for the president-elect. And go ahead and, since you have your camera, ask yourself what questions you have for the president-elect. And then go ahead and upload those to YouTube or MySpace Video and link them to bigdialogue.org. And so, as you can see, Tuesday is going to be a really busy day for a lot of people. And I hope you get out there. Be sure to get there early. And remember, as long as you're in line at the time your polling place closes, you have to be allowed to vote. So go vote. Don't believe the things that people tell you when you can't vote, saying you can't vote. If you're a college student, be sure to bring a photo ID. If it doesn't have the address where you're voting from, bring a bill or something else along that says, oh, well, here's my address, my local address. Just make it as easy as possible so that there's no questions. Okay, but you can vote as a student if you're registered where you go to school. So go out there, vote, Twitter, tweet about things, and go to bigdialogue.org afterwards to help set this precedent of a really connected democracy. That was my video. I hope it wasn't too long. It sort of went on for a while. And thank you again to all my subscribers. I'm amazed that I have 1,000 subscribers. And I'm sorry to all those science subscribers that had to just sit through a big political video. But I like a lot of different things, and so my videos always aren't going towards the same audience. So thanks, happy Halloween, and have a great election day coming up this Tuesday.